Everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want a different result, make a different choice. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. The biggest mistake we make in life is thinking we have time. The only limits that exist are the ones you create in your own mind. You have to be strong enough to say if the culture doesn't work, don't buy it. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Your only limit is the soulful vision of yourself. Death does not concern us, because as long as we exist, death is not here. And when it does come, we no longer exist. Our chief want is someone who will inspire us to be what we know we could be. You cannot step into the same river twice. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Believe in yourself, take on your challenges, dig deep within yourself to conquer fears. Never let anyone bring you down. You got this. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it's the courage to continue that counts. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. At the touch of love everyone becomes a poet. Your most valuable asset can be your willingness to persist longer than anyone else. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. No matter how dark the night may get, your light will never burn out. Beauty is the wonder of wonders. It is only shallow people who do not judge by appearances. Small daily improvements are the key to staggering long-term results. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Wealth is the parent of luxury and indolence, and poverty of meanness and viciousness, and both of discontent. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. The greatest victory is over self. Believe in yourself, take on your challenges, dig deep within yourself to conquer fears. Never let anyone bring you down. You got this. The way we see the problem is the problem. I'm always perpetually out of my comfort zone. The secret of all victory lies in the organization of the non-obvious. Of all the things which wisdom provides to make us entirely happy, much the greatest is the possession of friendship. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. I cannot teach anybody anything, I can only make them think. He who would seriously set himself to the pursuit of wisdom must be prepared to abandon all his preconceptions. People may hear your words, but they feel your attitude. You are not given a dream unless you have the capacity to fulfill it. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. High performance means succeeding over the long term without compromising your health or positive relationships. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. People first, then money, then things. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. If you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. Your attitude determines your altitude. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Don't waste your time on what you can't control or influence. Focus on what you can control. You are not an accident. You are a deliberate creation of a powerful and loving God who has a plan for your life. Passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. It is not that I am mad, it is only that my head is different from yours. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Don't watch the clock, do what it does. Keep going. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. The challenges in our lives are there to strengthen our convictions. They are not there to run us over. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. If we are to teach real peace in this world, and if we are to carry on a real war against war, we shall have to begin with the children. I cannot be angry at my friend without being angry at myself. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself why you can't achieve it. Don't watch the clock, do what it does. Keep going. Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. The key to not feeling rushed is remembering that lack of time is actually lack of priorities. Happiness is not found in a life of luxury, but in a life of simplicity and virtue. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. It always seems impossible until it's done. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Success is not a mystery, it's a system. No great genius has ever existed without some degree of anger. The wise man is he who knows the relative value of things. Self-improvement is a never-ending journey. You can always do better. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. The purpose of your life is not about what you want to accomplish. It's about what you want to become. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. The only way to avoid criticism is to say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. The only way to do great work is to first love what you do. Nothing will work unless you do. Criticism is something we can avoid easily by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing. All men by nature desire knowledge. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Habit is the intersection of knowledge, what to do, skill, how to do, and desire, what to do. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself why you can't achieve it. The power of education extends beyond the development of skills we need for economic success. It can contribute to nation building and reconciliation. Your only limit is the amount of willingness you have to succeed. Your attitude towards failure determines your altitude after failure. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Action expresses priorities. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service to others. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. You are one decision away from a totally different life. Freedom is not something that one people can bestow on another as a gift. They claim it as their own and none can keep it from them. All you need is the plan, the road map, and the courage to press on to your destination. Not life, but good life, is to be chiefly valued. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. As for me, all I know is that I know nothing. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. The foundation of every state is the education of its youth. The time is always right to do what is right. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. If you want to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the bullshit story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. Your words have power, use them wisely. There is a sufficiency in the world for man's need but not for man's greed. Success is not to be pursued, it is to be attracted by the person you become. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Happiness resides not in possessions, and not in gold, happiness dwells in the soul. Do not wait for opportunities, create them. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Character is destiny. If you're going through hell, keep going. To achieve what others won't, you have to do what others don't. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. The difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. Big doors swing on little hinges. You are never too small to make a difference. Your passion is for you. Your purpose is for others. Your vocation is where they meet. The fears you run from run to you. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Be the change you wish to see in the world. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. The only gift is a portion of thyself. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. Set a goal to achieve something that is so big, so exhilarating that it excites you and scares you at the same time. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Don't make a habit out of choosing what feels good over what's actually good for you. When people walk away from you, let them go. Your destiny is never tied to anyone who leaves you. Believe you can and you're halfway there. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. The years teach much which the days never know. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Our intentions attract the elements and forces, the events, the situation, and the people necessary to fulfill the intended outcome. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. He has the most who is most content with the least. The most creative act you will ever undertake is the act of creating yourself. Don't DMT worry about failures, worry about the chances you miss when you don't DMT even try. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. It's not about what you can get, it's about what you can give. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Your belief determines your action and your action determines your results, but first you have to believe. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. Faith and fear both demand you believe in something you cannot see. You choose. We ought to regard ourselves as a physician of the soul who studies and tries to heal the maladies of the mind. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people but the silence over that by the good people. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Opportunity often comes disguised in the form of misfortune or temporary defeat. The purpose of life is the expansion of happiness. Victims make excuses. Leaders deliver results. Be positive, optimistic, enthusiastic, and energetic about everything you do. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Don't count the days, make the days count. Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. It is not what we have, but what we enjoy, that constitutes our abundance. Sales are contingent upon the attitude of the salesman, not the attitude of the prospect. Wealth, like health, is never valued until it is lost. Trust is the glue of life. It's the most essential ingredient in effective communication. It's the foundational principle that holds all relationships. Faith and fear both demand you believe in something you cannot see. You choose. Every wall is a door. Friends are as companions on a journey, who want to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. Success is not in what you have, but who you are. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Strength lies in differences, not in similarities. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. When you're afraid, do the thing you're afraid of anyway. I've learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. The biggest mistake that you can make is to believe that you are working for somebody else. I never dreamt of success, I worked for it. Be vigilant, guard your mind against negative thoughts. The obstacle is the way. The goal of life is living in agreement with nature. Your time is limited, don't waste it living someone else's life. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. To be great, you have to be willing to be mocked, hated, and misunderstood. As a matter of self-preservation, a man needs good friends or ardent enemies, for the former instruct him and the latter take him to task. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. The question you should be asking isn't, "What do I want?" or "What are my goals?" but "What would excite me?" I attribute my success to this: I never gave or took any excuse. Everything existing in the universe is the fruit of chance and necessity. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. If you want to do something, just do it. If you can't do it, then ask for help. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. There is no path to peace. Peace is the path. If you want to make your dreams come true, the first thing you have to do is wake up. Success is not the result of making money. Making money is the result of success. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Our attitude towards others determines their attitude towards us. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. It always seems impossible until it's done. The path to success is to take massive, determined action. Knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. The greatest gift that you can give to others is the gift of unconditional love and acceptance. The best way to predict the future is to create it. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult. If you want to reach a goal, you must see the reaching a euro trademark in your own mind before you actually arrive at your goal. We become what we think about most of the time, and Tata DMS the strangest secret. Success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. Be the change you wish to see in the world. You can't be who you are going to be and who you used to be at the same time. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Our attitude toward life determines life's attitude towards us. Your world is a living expression of how you are using and have used your mind. You'll see it when you believe it. The secret to winning the day is to start it the night before. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Above the cloud with its shadow is the star with its light. Above all things reverence thyself. It is so easy to break down and destroy. The heroes are those who make peace and build.